A colleague of mine posted this morning on LinkedIn that she is running a free masterclass over several days, and that during this event, she had some of her competitors join and then later reach out to her prospective clients and contact them to offer their service. And she was angry about this. And for most people, that's the typical reaction that might be triggered by such a situation. She was angry. She said that it's a slimy practice, it's unethical, and that it wasn't cool. But at the same time, she recognized that there is some positive aspect of it. And this led me to want to share with you why I personally don't talk about competitors. I believe that language is performative. Language doesn't just describe a reality, it also shapes a reality. It shapes the way we see things. And if you use the word competitor and competition, it brings a connotation in the way you build your business that drives you and that leads you to shape your business and shape and influence your decision with anxiety and fear. If you think about the words competitor and competition, generally in the common narrative, those two words mean that you mean rejection, they mean alienation, they mean defensiveness, they mean distance, they mean secret, hiding things, right? Just like what we do when we are at war against someone. Instead, I like to talk about colleagues. I like to talk about peers, partners. If you look at the origin of the word colleague, in fact, you will find that colleagues are people who rally together to defend a similar cause. My dad is a doctor, and all throughout my childhood, I never heard him use the word competitor when he was talking about other doctors. He always used the French word confrère, which means being a brother with, right? And it comes from the Latin root confrere, being a brother with, meaning being focused on solving the same problems, and obviously in his case, health problems for his patients and his clients. I never used the word competitor, in fact, until I grew up, and maybe in my late teenage years, or when I started to play sports, where obviously it's a different game. We are trying to score, and so we have to defeat an adversary. But I believe that if you are truly building a business that is inspired by a purpose, you should see everyone trying to have the same impact, reaching for the same objective, as an ally, not as an adversary, right? If you think about it, and if you think about the concept of seeing everyone around you as colleagues, you will realize that you have so much to gain, so much benefits here. In business, there is an abundance of need. There is more need. There is more clients that you can possibly handle. And if you truly focus on solving the problems of your clients, if you truly focus on your own creativity, you will notice that your creativity can help you come up with an endless number of solutions. It's really about being in this abundance mindset, right? So if you look at your peers as colleagues instead of competitors, you will achieve greater impact, because all of a sudden, your colleagues rally forces with you. They can teach you things. They can give you feedback. They can refer to you clients that they can't welcome because maybe they're at capacity. So they send you their overflow work and so on. There is so much greatness when you think about it, coming from the fact that you talk about colleagues versus competitors. So again, how do you call the firms that all of a sudden you don't see as competitors? You call them peers, you call them colleagues, you call them partners. You may also call them players because they are also playing for the same long game as you. They're fellows, they're brothers, they're niche mates also. They're human beings also. You know, these people are human beings with the same needs as you, wanting to feed their family, be recognized for their work, achieve a greater level of impact, being fulfilled with the satisfaction of seeing their clients improve their condition, and they have the right to do so. And together, you can actually have greater impact, greater wealth, greater satisfaction. So practically, what do I do if I think about it, and if I think about all my colleagues now out there? What do? I treat them as potential allies by inviting them to my events and welcoming them to steal my ideas, to try them out. Because then, like I said, they can give me feedback. They can see, I can see how it resonates with them, and they might have a slightly different perspective that I can also benefit from. And they're able to give me feedback about how they use my framework, my concepts, and therefore I can learn from those additional experiences that I can now have access to. If we are safe between colleagues, we are better at solving problems together and problems for everyone. And if we achieve that, everyone will want to work with us. So these are most of the reasons why I don't speak about competitors, that I don't talk about competitors. I try to stay away from these words, but I recognize that it might not be your point of view. It might not be your way to look at your market, and that's okay. That's okay. And in the spirit of open-mindedness, of detachment, it's okay if you do that. I'm not trying to have you completely change your language, but here's why I do it, and hopefully, and maybe that brings more joy to your work and less stress. I hope this helps.